Hey planners, it's Teo Shantae Plants and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be counting down my top 10 spreads of 2021. And I thought this would be fun to do because every year the types of trends and things that I enjoy doing in my planner always change. And I thought this would be really nice to be able to like go back and look back on and be able to see, well, what was I really into last year? What kind of trends and things were really popular? What was I doing in my planner? What kind of shops I've enjoyed using? Because my favorite shop, since I've been in the planner community, I would say every single year, my favorite shop and the shop that I've used the most has changed every single year. So I thought this would be really fun to do. And then I decided to rank them for some crazy reason. I decided to count down from 10 to 1 to what was my favorite spreads, and that was incredibly difficult. There are so many spreads that I wanted to include in this that are just there's only between 1 and 10, there's just not enough room. And so I am starting actually with an honorable mention. This is spread number 11, and it's so crazy. It was really, really difficult to narrow this down to a top 10, but I did want to start with this one in particular because of what I did with the date cover deco and incorporating those foiled little birds, which I had so much fun doing. Also really loved the way I did the month script on the side there. I loved the color palette of this. I had a lot of fun planning this entire spread, and I love the way that it came together. And so this had to come in with an honorable mention at number 11. This is the Stand Tall kit from my newest addiction. Moving into number 10. Coming in at number 10 is the rose colored kit from Miss and Meow. Another one where I was really having a lot of fun with the date cover deco. I was going through that style, like date cover deco was really popular, and I decided I like really wanted to incorporate it in more of like a header style where I wasn't decorating each of the date covers individually. And then also having the Harriet Wright Designs planner where her column outline goes like all the way to the top and there's not as much white space because I wanted to drop down the date covers. I started incorporating these long foiled washi strips, which gave just this really beautiful pop of foil color to the background of the deco that I was putting over the date covers, and I really love that. Also was gotten really into layering circles, and I loved that for this spread. And then it's very, very pink. I was also really into doing the decorative sidebars, which was a big change for me this year because I started out the year doing my typical functional sidebar where I'd have a Monday through Sunday tracker in the sidebar, and then I switched to incorporating these super cute fashion dolls from Red Lyrics. So that has been a really exciting change. This is so crazy. I also really love, I bought these butterfly dividers from $2 Tuesday from Sadie Stickers in the spring of 2021. And when I didn't use them in spring, I was so sad because I felt like, oh, I bought them and didn't even use them and didn't think I would be able to use them at all for the rest of the year because I felt like, well, butterflies are so spring specific. And yet I was able to incorporate it into a fall spread, and I was very happy with it. I'm a little bit obsessed with butterflies, so me pulling butterflies into any time of the year kind of feels right. But it definitely, in my opinion, I felt like it complemented this kit well. All right, let's take a look at number 9. My 9th favorite spread. This is so funny. I'm looking at this and realizing, God, this is how bad I was towards the end of the year at filling things out in my planner. And November was definitely like that for me. It was kind of a crazy month. I didn't even fill in any goals for the month. I didn't finish filling in birthdays. I didn't fill in my highlight of the month, which I'm sure there had to have been one. Yeah, crazy month. That aside, this is my 9th favorite spread, and it is my November dashboard spread. And I love the colors of this. It was just all of these rich, beautiful burgundy autumn tones. I loved pulling in the wood grain to pair with it, but easily my favorite thing that I ended up doing on this spread, which is why I think about it all the time. I had this swing, and the swing sticker was just the cutest thing in the world to me. And I think when I looked at it, I imagined like an entire scene of like the swing being attached to like a tree branch and having autumn leaves falling around the swing. And just, I really love the way that came together. I put the pile of foiled leaves underneath it and then had the falling leaves around that swing. it was something I really enjoyed doing, and one of the things that just made me fall in love with this spread so very much. Let's keep rolling with this countdown, moving into number 8. Coming in at number 8, this is the Autumn Leaves kit from Sadie Stickers, and this one surprised me completely. Even when I got this kit, I underestimated how much I was going to like it. And that's happened to me a couple of times with Sadie Stickers kits throughout this year. I always think they're beautiful and they look gorgeous on the sticker sheet, but there are never sometimes when I like get the spread in my planner and I'm just like, God, that really came together so beautifully. And this was definitely one of those times. I think initially, I was just wanting to sort of try to finish out this month. And that was the big thing, because October I'd gone on vacation and that always throws me off with my planning. And so I was backed up, but I ended up really enjoying how this spread came out. There's just so many things I love about it. I love the date cover deco, that long scalloped washi. I love the way I did the month. I love this fashion girl, and I could not believe how well her outfit matched this kit. I was just like, everything sort of came together just so perfectly. And that was the thing about this. And I think the colors and tones of this, because I love pink so much. And I think this was pink and orange in very autumn tones, but not in like a bold, crazy way. It just worked so well. And then paired down with like the tans and cream colors that are in this kit as well, and the wood grains. One of my absolute favorite spreads, and one that really surprised me, because I think a lot of times we have kits and we're just like, this kit is like, I hope I do this kit justice. I think this one snuck up on me, and why it became one of my favorites was it was just like beautiful, but I didn't have high expectations. And then when I was done, I looked at it and I just was like, wow, I really love this. Coming in at number 7 on my countdown, this kit is from my Spoil Planner, and oh my gosh, the colors of this kit, so incredibly gorgeous. And I think also because silver was easily the most underused foil color in my planner for the year of 2021. I love the fact that this is foiled in silver foil. I think this might have been my first time getting these scallop trims into one of my spreads. I'd seen Brett of Plans with Brett do that in one of her spreads, saw it, fell in love with it, thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And this is so funny because this is back in June, and this was right when things were getting ready to kick off with the whole date cover deco, which is why there's like nothing above my date covers. But it was Brett using those trims under her date covers that sort of prompted Rachel, Lauren, and I to really start incorporating more deco into our date covers and paying more attention to that part of our planners. And that's where that whole thing kind of kicked off. And then it just sort of exploded into this whole, let's add florals to it and let's add all kinds of things. So it's so funny how such a cute little scallop trimmed led to so much. But oh my gosh, I love the images. I love the colors. I love this full box so much. The bottom washi, everything about this. And I think there's something just, it's fresh and beautiful and so lovely for spring or early summer, or I guess like still spring, because I think the first day of summer is probably like the 21st. So this was like the last week of spring. And so I truly had so much fun planning with this. Also, my Spoiled Planner is a shop I don't get to use much. And so I think this was like the first kit of hers that I had used in 2021, and totally fell in love with her kit format. Just really had a lot of fun playing around with this. And I think that's the thing that gets really exciting when you're working with a different kit format and trying new things. It can be a lot of fun. And I definitely had so much fun planning this. And I love the way this came out. Coming in at number 6 on my top 10 spreads of 2021, this is the Bookworm kit from Sadie Stickers. And oh my God, this kit. And this was the craziest thing, because I remember just needing to finish this month. And this was a month that had 5 weeks in it. And I think originally I'd pulled like 4 kits and then realized I need another kit. The month's not done. And this kit, I mean, just everything about it was so very me, because I love books and I love reading. So I loved the whole theme of this kit. Thought it was fantastic. The colors are incredibly gorgeous. And it was a really nice way to transition from summer to fall. And then it was my first time playing around with sort of this freeform date cover deco. And oh my God, I made a reel of me putting this deco together. And I still feel like I think it's one of like my most watched reels on my Instagram so far. And I totally understand why, because it's so pretty. And it's really funny because at this time, Sadie Stickers has now separated her floral deco from the page where you would get like the floral deco plus the little fancy boxes on it. But at this time, she was still combining those two. So when I'd buy deco sheets, I would get like three deco sheets to go with the kit, so I would have enough florals to incorporate in my spread, but then it would also have all of these little fancy boxes on it, and I was finding that I wasn't really utilizing them. And then I saw some spreads from Suzanne and Jess, who are the owners of Paper Trail Plans on Instagram. If you are not following them on Instagram, I highly recommend. They inspire me so much. They are so creative, and I love their approach to planning. It's just very outside the box thinking, and they were doing just these really unique things with their date covers. And so I picked up some scripts from Paper Trail Plans, and that allowed me to just sort of make my own date covers without having to use the ones that came with the kit. And so since I had all the little fancy boxes from the add-on deco sheet, I decided to turn them into my own date covers. And oh my gosh, I fell in love with it so much. I also really loved incorporating those hanging plant stickers from Sadie Stickers. That was from a $2 Tuesday that I bought from her, again, like super early in the year, and then didn't end up using it for spring, and was shocked that I was able to then incorporate it into fall, because I thought, well, that was a missed opportunity because you didn't really use it in spring. But no, it works so well with this spread. And I think because there was this sort of hanging light in the full box on this one, that was what made me think of those, and was like, oh, I could totally pull those into this spread, and I think that's going to enhance it and look really good. So tons of fun with this. Love the way I decorated my hanging sign there. Was definitely still so into scallop circles. Oh my gosh, really love that so much. This is so one of my favorite spreads. I love it. I love it. Coming in at number 4 and proving just how thick my planner has gotten. This is so crazy. Just trying to like hold this open. You can see how it kind of like curves because it's so thick now. And I love that. I love that. At the end of the year, my planner she's thick and she's full of stickers. So the very first spread I did in this planner, this is my February dashboard spread. And at the beginning of 2021, I was searching and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And January was very much a search period. Then I got to February, my Harriet Wright Designs planner arrived, and I was able to get started with it. And I created my first dashboard utilizing her dashboard spread format, which immediately became my favorite format for a dashboard that I've ever used. It is just fantastic. This great grid space. You get the 3 boxes here and then the long box at the bottom. It is so easy to decorate. It's so easy to just play around and plan and have a lot of fun with. I really love the format of her dashboard spread. And then I used this gorgeous deco sheet from the Sweet Planner, and it was just phenomenal. I love, pink is my favorite color. The colors of this are just so fantastic. It's so pink and so girly. And then with it being February, I wanted it to be all romantic and lovey. And it just, everything about this, I look at this and it just makes me happy all the time. And that's one of the things that I think is like the best thing about planner spreads, is I really enjoy the joy that I get just when I look at a spread that I love. And it's an instant mood lift for me. And this one works every single time. I was so blown away when I finished this spread. It was truly just so exciting. Really interesting that this ended up being number 5. For a minute, I thought this was going to end up being number 1 on my list of favorites. And so it's shocking to me that I was able to find 4 other spreads that I love more than this, because I love this spread so very much. All right, let's keep this train rolling. We have 3 more spreads before we get to my very #1 favorite spread of 2021. And let me tell you, that one shocked me too. So let's keep going. Coming in at #4 is a spread that would not be in my planner if it weren't for the inspired collab that Lauren came up with, that Ray and I did with her. This one shocked me so very much. I remember seeing the Lilac kit and really underestimating it because I'm not that into purple. And I think like maybe a couple weeks before I did this, Rachel of Gather Plans, she did a spread that used purple, that was like a purple kit, and she and I both feel pretty much the same way about purple. Not really our favorite color to use. It's not something I hate. I don't have a problem with purple, but it's just not one of my favorite colors. But she'd done a spread, it had purple in it, and she paired it with rose gold foil, and it was so gorgeous. And I remember thinking, when we all ended up deciding to use this kit for that inspired by collab, sitting down and thinking, okay, I can make this work, and I think I'm going to enjoy it because I'm going to pair it with rose gold foil, and I think it's going to just really work for me. I had no idea I was going to fall in love with this so much. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I even love just like the very clean, simple date cover deco with just the minimalist foiled florals without incorporating any colorful florals. This was at the very beginning of my sort of dabbling in date cover decos, which started very sparse for me and has since become much more elaborate. But oh my God, I remember I was so into this over the summer, using those scalloped half circles paired with those wildflower bunches. Just as a focal point, I think that's so fantastic. Clearly, I used this several times throughout this spread. It's just so amazing. I'm loving the layering that's happening here, the brush strokes. I'm still working from home. That's funny. It is truly one of my favorite spreads. Absolutely gorgeous. I of course love all the little butterflies that are incorporated into it as well. And this spread always reminds me that sometimes you have to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to take a chance. You might not realize it. It may be something that you fall in love with. And that is the fun of like, collabs and challenges and planner challenges, because they often push me to try things that I wouldn't have done on my own. We have now reached our top 3 spreads of 2021, and coming in at #3 is my December monthly spread. And this is so crazy because I think this might be the only monthly in this top 10 at all. And monthly spreads are something that for me, I like them and I enjoy them, but I think oftentimes my weekly spreads overshadow my monthlies quite a bit. And so, but this one, oh my gosh, I love this spread so much. I had quite a bit of fun with this, and I actually ended up teaching this spread for my December Patreon class, planner class, and what we were focusing on was making like really fun focal points. And so I'd had this idea of wanting to create like a window scene in the sidebar here, and utilizing the washi strips from Sadie Stickers and just trimming them down and creating a window scene over the tree, because I thought that would be a really fun and festive thing to do for the holidays, because typically people put their Christmas trees like in the window. And so it was sort of just mimicking that ability, sort of like peeking in to someone's home and seeing their Christmas tree lit up in front of the window. And then the scene that I created with the fireplace and the little girl, love that so much. And it's just a lot of things that just for me, I fell in love with this spread. I also really love just how white spacey it is. I feel like a lot of times with monthly spreads, and it's a crazy thing because I love watching other people do monthly highlight spreads. I think other people do them really well. For me, every time I do a monthly highlight spread in my planner, it always feels cluttered and I don't like it. but I love it in other people's planners, and I love the way other people execute it. And it's like the craziest thing. I'm incapable of executing it properly, but other people do it well, and I love it very much. But for me, when I'm doing my monthly spreads, I tend to make them much more white spacey. And this one, for me, the balance of the white space allows everything else to really pop. And so you have just these great moments of little focal points throughout the spread that really grab your attention. It's so festive and beautiful, and I just love this so much. It's just every time I look at it, it's all of the happy Christmas vibes that I want to feel. I feel when I look at this spread. Coming in at number 2 on my top 10 list of 2021, this is the Evergreen spread from Two Little Bees, and I fell in love with this kit so instantly upon seeing it. There were so many things about it that were just a perfect match for me and my personality and my planning style. And I remember just thinking, please don't mess this up when you put it in your planner. It's just, it was definitely one of those intimidating kits. And I think sometimes we all feel that way when we get a kit that we think is just so beautiful, and we're just like, please God, I hope I don't mess this up when I actually put it in my planner. And I had so much fun planning with this. I loved the date cover deco. I loved my monthly. This still might be one of like my favorite monthlies that I've ever done. In my month section on my sidebar, absolutely one of my favorites. It's 2 of those sort of doily half mandalas from Honey Inked placed together so they form a full circle, and then the little fancy box was actually from Lauren's freebie, and then the script from Paper Trail Plans. So simple to put together, and yet just so visually impactful. Absolutely one of my favorites. And then I was definitely getting into the whole decorative sidebar thing. I love that fashion girl. She matched this kit so perfectly and fit the whole mood and vibe of it. This double full box is, oh, what can you say? It's gorgeous. Like, don't you just, it's like a fairy tale. It looks like a fairy tale, and I love it so much. The colors of this kit, the way it came together, everything about it, it just is truly beautiful. And I was happy with my execution of it, which I think can, which thrilled me, because I was so hoping that I wouldn't mess it up, and I was really happy with how this came out, and I feel like I didn't mess it up. So this came in at number 2. It's a gorgeous kit. I love it so much, and I love this spread. And last but not least, my favorite spread of 2021, and I gotta tell you, this one surprised me as I sat down and I was ranking my list, and I was going, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I am sure. This, and it's just, there, oh, it was a very difficult choice. And there are still so many other spreads in my planner from this year that I absolutely love. But coming in at number 1 is the Season's Greetings kit from Paper Muse Crafts. This spread blew me away. This spread blew me away. It's Christmas in my favorite colors. I love the pink, the cream, and then this sort of, it's almost like a minty greenish color. It's absolutely lovely. It's so delicate. It feels just so beautiful, because I'd been playing around with it, and I talked about this when I was looking at the Sadie Stickers bookworm kit, which was where I first started playing around with freeform date cover deco. I feel like I've sort of turned a page, and this is something that you're definitely going to see me continue into 2022 with sort of alternating and structuring how I do the date cover deco, and then pulling my date dots down from being next to the word to pulling it down over the headers. That was something I just really enjoyed. This one, I think there are a lot of elements and techniques that I used in this spread that I'm going to carry over into 2022. Also, this brought a whole new love and appreciation of ovals into my life. I don't know how I've been sleeping on ovals. I love mini boxes. I love square boxes. I love circles. But for some reason, I had not been incorporating ovals into my spread, and that will change for 2022 for sure. You will see more ovals from me because I love the way that looks. Really love how my month section came together. My sidebar deco, oh my gosh, it's absolutely one of my favorites. This is still this might be my favorite trim from 2021. And I really love the way it looks when I pair it between the header and the full box on a spread. It just, oh, visually, it's always so stunning for me. And I think this spread ended up incorporating a lot of techniques that I really enjoy doing in my planner. I also managed to layer garlands well in this spread. And let's be clear, the layered, I pulled in garlands that were pre-layered because I suck at that. But just having them on my spread at all is, for me, a win because I'm not the greatest at those. But I love the look of them when they're in my spread, and I loved the hanging ornaments that were incorporated. So very beautiful. It's like that in between of like being really, really winter and kind of holiday all at the same time, but just so elegant, so beautiful. I love this spread so much. It's a combination of so many things that make me very happy and make me very proud of how it came out. And that is how this spread got to #1. And so that's it. That is my top 10 list. I hate ranking things. I hate making lists because I always feel like I leave things out, and that makes me sad. But I'm very happy that I did take the time to sit down and make this list, because I think when I look back years later, I'm going to enjoy seeing what it was I liked in 2021 and being able to compare it to what I like in 2022 and what trends stuck around and what trends changed. And so I think that's the fun of doing these types of videos, is that it gives me sort of a mark to compare things to. And so now I know this is what I was loving in 2021, and cheers to 2022 and all of the new planner spreads that I'll be creating for the upcoming year. Thank you all so much for watching this. I would love to know what your favorite spreads of the year were. If you want to share that on Instagram and tag me and let me know, or if you want to leave the names of the kids in the comments, that would be great as well. You don't even have to do like a full top 10 list. If you want to do maybe your top 3 spreads, so it doesn't feel like such a cumbersome task, I would love to see that down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope we all have a much better 2022. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye.